That's what he's saying.
Alright, this is Dave Cohen with Extreme Metal Dreams website. I'm sitting here with Mark from Suicide Silence. So, wanted to touch base with you on a couple different things. You guys have done something that really amazes me. Is you guys went through some turmoil losing Mitch, as we all know. What's it been like for you guys to deal with that adversity as a band and a family and move through it?
It's crazy, man. I mean, it was everything you could imagine. Once that actually happened, we all kind of didn't know what we were going to do with our lives. The band started from a spot where we were all teenagers. We were all young kids, just playing in the garage, and shit just started rolling. And then the next thing, none of us would have expected that this is what would have happened. And we didn't know if the band was going to be able to go on. We didn't know if we were, if we wanted to play music anymore. And then, we had to take the proper steps and realize that, as a band, as a family, we want to play music. The band is like what's keeping us happy, keeping us alive, keeping us feel, good about ourselves. And once we wrote the record and wrote a record and decided to move forward and have Eddie involved and everything like that, we just tried to kind of stay expectation-less, and just not, we're just going to do it because this is what we want to do, we're just doing it because this is what we think we should do, is what we think Mitch would want us to do. We would want to continue playing music, being the family, being the brothers that we are, and the response has just been huge. I mean, we were in Australia for the first shows, and I'll never forget just like the first 24 hours of being in Australia. We landed, we had an evening off before the first show the next day, and we went to go walk around in Brisbane, and there was just Suicide Silence shirts everywhere, people coming up to us and crying and talking to us, wanting to take pictures, and it's just like, that was our first real introduction back to being Suicide Silence and on tour and playing shows, and it was just like, now people are coming up to us and crying, just needing they want support, they want to be there with us, and it's a whole new thing. And then the show the next day was just nerve-wracking, and we played the show, but then the energy hit, and it was just all right, and everything was good. And it's been a hell of a ride coming back and playing shows and just realizing that it is actually happening where the crowds are more enthusiastic and they're bigger and they're so happy to see us and accepting. It's just, like I said, we didn't want to go into it with any expectations or hoping that anything is going to be better or worse or whatever. We're just doing this because it felt like we needed to do it. And dude, it's huge and crazy, and we couldn't be more grateful for the fact that we can make this comeback and that it's going over so well.
Okay, another thing that I really wanted to talk with you about as well. Okay, when I was around in the days of Metallica when they were nobody, and I remember going and watching and hanging out with them all the time when Cliff was alive before they got signed and everything. And with Def Leppard, they had their rep with Rick Allen. The band stuck by him, and to where with Metallica, they used Cliff's death to make themselves bigger by putting out videos right away and doing everything that they said they weren't going to do. But yet, with you guys, you showed so much class that with the loss of a band member or brother like that, it seemed like you guys just, you did it without having it be a public thing to find who's going to be your new singer and everything. How did you guys, I read an interview from you where you had mentioned that you really knew it at the memorial for Mitch when Eddie got on the stage with you, that the high energy on stage is what made you guys realize that the chemistry was there.
No, I don't know, maybe, I don't think I actually said that. The memorial show, in all honesty, for me, is really hard to even look back and have distinct memories of. I really feel like I was going through so much trauma and so much just issues with everything. And not only the fact because I mean we organized that whole show, so there was like organizing that show and the fact that we had just lost a major person in our lives, like
Key part.
yeah, like not only in like the band, but it's just like in everyday life. Like there wasn't really too much time where you don't hear from your band members. Like in this band, like we're really close knit. And so yeah, I honestly don't really have a lot. Like I remember going on stage and being like, I just want to be here. I just want to play this show, and like I don't know what's gonna happen
And
after
celebrate
this.
his life.
And celebrate his life, and just be like present, you know, and enjoy the show. Because really, I thought that this could be the last time we play. We might not ever play again.
Thank goodness that ain't what happened.
Yeah, truly. And but the thing about Eddie was he was the first person that we called, and the first person that kind of got the ball rolling on getting different vocalists to come down for the show. And he did show the most enthusiasm in getting the show going and being involved in it, and whatever we needed from him, he was down.
Didn't he come from Allshaw Parish?
Yeah, he's from the Bay Area, Northern California, and we're from Southern California, and we've been around each other and playing shows together since like 2005. And yeah, I mean, he showed the most enthusiasm, getting it going and being involved in it and being a part of the memorial. But yeah, there was really no like tryout or judging who was gonna, if there was no thought of who was gonna replace Mitch.
So it wasn't like with Metallica and Jason Newsted where, okay, we need a bassist, let's put it out there in the magazines and TV.
No way. Like Eddie didn't even really like we until about April, because the show was December 21st, 2012. That was when the memorial show was. We didn't even really have any idea of what we wanted to do as far as anything could have been possible after that show, but around April was when it was like, let's keep the band. We knew we wanted to let's stay Suicide Silence and actually move forward with Suicide Silence. And then we didn't know who was going to be the singer or who we could get behind. That's all that mattered with us. It's just like we need someone that we're not going to try anybody out. We don't want some kid that's like, oh, I'm going to be a rock star. I'm going to join the band and like just take over and just be like, boom, fluff his
Basically
feathers.
find someone that's your equal partner that's going to push the band in the right direction.
Be someone who's an equal part and also be somebody that understands the severity of the situation where it's like, you're going to be meeting people who, just like Eddie, who was a friend of Mitch, feel the loss that they lost a friend. To them, they lost an idol, someone that they don't even really know personally. They have a whole other perception of what this person is and was. And like for us, it's like we know that guy, we know what happened, we know everything about it. So like having Eddie there, it just makes sense. He understands the whole situation.
So is that kind of your guys' thinking behind the new title of this coming out album that's releases next Tuesday?
Yeah,
in
next
fact,
Tuesday. Yeah.
July 15th, and Can't Stop Me.
Yeah.
Is that basically what you guys are, led you to title this release?
Well, it's insane, man. I mean, we started, where You Can't Stop Me came from was the last lyrics that Mitch wrote the week before he wrecked. We worked for a week, we were going to do a week up to Halloween, do Halloween as a work day, have the night off, and then do the evening and do vocals November 1st. He was going to come in and record vocals for these 2 songs we had written musically in that week. And it was just an initial writing process and writing sessions for what would be the 4th Suicide Silence album. And obviously Mitch wrecked and never made it to the first to record the vocals, but he did have the lyrics that he wrote. And
that's always a plus, man.
It is, and it was just very, it was just hair raising, because we didn't get those lyrics until we were in the band room about to start writing again with Eddie. So it's like September of 2013 now, and we get an email. It's like, we had asked about getting Mitch's lyrics. They were in an iPad. Our management had recovered everything that was in Mitch's iPad, but they had waited to send us the lyrics. They sent us the lyrics when we were just about to start writing again, and we're all together and we read it. And it's just mostly like talking about living an honest life and not being able to be stopped.
Ironically, something that was fitting
exactly where we were, and, as people, not just as a band, just like, we've been knocked down in life, like the band is a hobby, started as a hobby, on the horse and be Suicide Silence again. It was very intimidating without Mitch, bringing in somebody who is a friend but not. So we don't know what to expect, and then we read the lyrics. You Can't Stop Me. It was empowering. You know, we took You Can't Stop Me. We wrote it on the whiteboard, and that became the potential. We didn't know if it was gonna be the name of the record yet, but we said that could be the name of the album. This could be the whole thing right here, and it just became the overall inspiration of the whole thing.
So what can we expect sound-wise? Is this going to be just your normal everyday Suicide Silence, or is this going to push it to the limit and really show people what you guys
are pushing to the limit, man? It's something that we didn't even know how good it was going to be. We knew we had some good stuff, and we knew that it was going to come from a proper place and come from an honest place, especially when you read the lyrics of You Can't Stop Me. I mean, that is really where a lot of this influence came from. It's just living a life that's honest, living a life that's true, and living and being honest with what you're doing. And the whole record comes from a true spot. It comes from a really tragic shit. And the record should leave you feeling unstoppable.
Right.
And sonically, it is huge. It sounds great.
So I got to wrap this up. You definitely want to catch Suicide Silence out on the Mayhem tour. I'm sitting here with Mark, as you can tell. Make sure to pick up the new album.
Yep.
July 15th. Don't miss.